Raid. The leviathan. Leviathan raid. Every character looks sexy.
Of course you don't, why would you? Alright, so to start it off, we're gonna go ahead and do the main central part of the encounter where you essentially treat it as a checkpoint because you go back to the middle each time, unless you do the underbelly. But you go back to the middle point each time to then go to the next encounter by doing the same thing over and over again. So we're just going to do it once so that you get the exposure to it and you can see what we mean by the central blinker.
Okay, I'm gonna let this out now. I'm not really good at the gauntlet. I understand it, but I'm not good at it. So just to put that out.
No, what that means is that everyone will be learning how to do it.
Alright, perfect. I'm good at everything else, like, trust me, I'm good at everything else.
Okay. So this is called the Castellum, for the two of you that are currently here, and then Toxic will see it when he joins us. If you pull up your ghost, you can see what we're going to start out with. It's called the Pleasure Gardens, which is the dogs. So in this encounter, there are 4 symbols that you'll always see in Leviathan Raid. It is a sun for pools, cup for the main boss, dog, which is what we're going to be starting with.
Yeah, it's
and then axes for the gauntlet.
Yeah.
So, in order to start the Castellum, everyone here, we would step on that little platform, and then we see a little symbol, its sun, would pop up. So with this first part, we're all going to go to get the standard that we need, because we don't have anything that we need to protect at that home plate. And we'll be taking care of all these guys.
Perfect.
So what this is each time enemies spawn at the door that we saw pop up on that plate, and then a big guy called the Standard Bearer pops up.
Nice.
And then after we kill him, this little thing right where I am pops up. You just grab it and take it back to where we were, and it will automatically do an animation to slam down for you guys. And once that happens, another symbol will pop up saying where to go next, and that is where we'll then go for me and one other person, and the rest of you are going to stay here and defend that standard, and time will explain it to you guys at that point.
Perfect.
The guys up here in the bubbles. Alright, counselor has appeared.
Nice. So every counselor, we have to bring it back to the same ones.
So what the counter is what Time was talking about for a guy that pops up in a bubble. If you don't kill it, then there becomes an overshield.
Oh yeah,
that we then can't damage the guys that are going to come steal the standards. There's a standard bearer who you had to kill at each section to get those standards so that we can continue on to the next section.
Do you have to kill them? Because sometimes I really don't. I see another one. I'm gonna get him. Got him.
One of our things was stolen. Okay. I don't know. It was stolen at some point. Don't worry, I'll come with the last one soon enough. Okay, last one is up. Hooray! I'm just getting the orbs.
Nice, bro. There's all these orbs everywhere.
Hooray! I have my super again. Alright, if you want to just follow Ryu, we're going to continue on towards the dogs.
Perfect. Is the dogs like, is it the forest thing? Like the forest?
Yes.
Yes. I'm super good at that. Alright. Who's gonna lead off on the bottom?
That will be Time.
Nice.
Relish the gardens. If you don't stop to enjoy the smaller things in life, you diminish the moment.
Nice.
I have my ward clip on. I guess I can. Alright, so if you want to join everyone up here up on top. The first thing I will tell you guys is this thing that I'm jumping over for a reason, because there's a hole to make it for a very easy wipe mechanic. And that's something that we obviously do not want to go into when you have to come back up here. So this is the lovely Pleasure Gardens. What we just did, in order to be able to start this encounter, we had to kill all the enemies first, and then you see these little prism things pop up. And for the encounter to start, both prisms have to be held at the same time. So no one's going to grab it at the moment. So the purpose of these prisms are, if you want to just follow where I'm going, we have these little flower pods that will light up once you guys grab this seed from inside the little safe room. There will be 4 seeds that are grabbed, and the purpose of the person leading on the ground team is to get to each of these flowers to then spawn, and then the purpose of the prism holder is to stand at the well of light, where there's 3 on this side and 2 on the left side, and we will shoot these and we'll get spore, a spore stack that we need to be able to kill the enemy, the dogs themselves. The way that Time explains it is, if you guys know the Gorgons from, what is it, Vault of Glass?
Yeah, that's the name.
Yeah, Vault of Glass.
Yep, Gorgons from the Vault of Glass. Psionic howl that if we don't get back to the safe room, it will wipe us all. Well, essentially it will kill you, but if all of us aren't inside of the safe room, then clearly it's a wipe. So the purpose of us to do this is to sneak around and go to the various flower pods that are lit up. There will be 1 on each side. Once they're both popped, a next set will pop up, and then we'll tell you where to go. This one that we're standing at, we call it R1. And then the one over here is R2. Then we have this one over here as R3. And then we have this one as being caves, which I don't really call it caves, but for some reason a lot of people do. We just call it rocks. So on the right side you have R1, 2, 3, and rocks is how we're always going to call it. If you ever do other groups, some people will call it caves instead of rocks, just so that you know. And then we have essentially the same thing on the other side, where we then go to L1. L2. L3. And then trees.
Play around. Alright.
So the best way to, when you have to go to the various things, we will tell you when to go to your spores that we'll assign to do damage to your dog. The best way to determine it is just look up and see Callus's statue. To the left is going to be the R1, 2, 3, and rocks, and to the right of his statue, when you're facing him, is going to be L1, 2, 3, and trees. The dogs will spawn, because this is normal. The dogs will go to their corresponding flowers. On the left side, it'll be L1, L3, and trees. Those will be the 3 spots. And then on the right side, it'll be R1, 2, and 3. When it's prestige, all the flowers have a dog at it, so instead of having 6 dogs, we then have 8 in prestige. So we will say the various places to go, and Time will lead you guys down there. So then what I'm picking up right now is the prism, and what we do is you use it just like a gun, as long as you're in the well of light, and you just shoot.
Nice.
So the things to learn is that when if you ever run prism on the left side, the best place to be is where I'm going right now. The reason that this is the best place is because we can then see L1, L2, trees, and L3 all from this one spot. while also seeing the enemies that will spawn out of these doors. Now, if you want to be a prism holder, because there's 2 that are needed, I'll run the left side, and then someone will run the right. What happens is, if you wanted to run it, the 2 things that you worry about is to see where the flower pods bloom, that you will just see from here. After you popped it, after it's popped on either side, enemies will appear out of these doors. If you pop it, the flower pot on your side, there'll be a sniper that pops out of the doors, and they'll stand there and just continuously snipe you. So you want to just aim for the enemy, whichever door they pop out of, to kill it. So that normally they'll snipe your partner more so than anything else. If it's popped on the other side than where you are, the enemy that will pop up will be a cabal that will then drop down to the ground and go to the closest spore that's lit up. So if you don't kill it before it goes to the ground, you'll know where it will be, because it's going to go for the pod that's lit up. Other than that, it's really not much else to it. You just want to kill the enemies that spawn once a flower pod is popped, and hit the pods themselves. And you also just let the people on the ground know what the dogs look like. If any of the dogs are glitching or anything like that, it's good for them to know. Time and I have done it a lot, that we know usually what's going to pop next. Not always, but usually. Particularly the first one that spawns, it's either going to be L2 R1 or it'll be R2 L1. Those are generally the ones that pop first, and that's where we're going to be going to one of those 2 pods first. Okay. Who would like to run the right side prism? Not everyone do it at once. Don't necessarily want to, that's fine. I will certainly do it by myself. And you guys can follow time.
You gotta take time in between.
Sorry, what?
Huh?
I thought someone was just talking, guess not.
I thought so as well. It's really, like, it's not that hard.
It's not hard at all to do the prism.
Like, if you're feeling like it's too much responsibility, it's really not. I might just randomly assign somebody.
Come here tomorrow. Alright, let's get... It's easy.
Alright. Time the Sherpa is going to randomly assign someone. Otherwise, worst case scenario, Ryu will certainly do it by himself, but he still needs someone else to grab the second prism anyways, so that we can at least start the encounter.
How about Wind? Why don't you run the second prism on the right side? And then, so that means that...
So what that means, if Wind is running it on the right side, he's going to get the R3 dog when we tell you to go to your dog, and I will be getting the L3 dog when we say go to dogs.
Alright.
And then Time will assign the other ones.
Uh-huh. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assign myself the R2 dog. Hold on, let me... more stuff. What are you today? Okay. So, MR, you will take the dog that pops up at trees. Toxic, you will take L1, and that means Sean, you're taking the one that popped up at R1. So,
Okay.
Sean, yours will be right here.
Yep.
And
MR,
then-
you'll be where Ryu is.
and
So
then
to do
Toxic.
damage, you have to be on the ground to be able to do it. You won't get the spores activated otherwise. You won't get that bonus. So that's one thing. The other thing is when we say to go damage your dog, go attack your dog, do not use your class abilities. It will take away your spores. So no rally barricade, no hunter dodge, no rift. It will take away the spores, and then you won't do as much damage as you should.
Yep.
Other than that, the Merciless is good for people who don't trust themselves with rockets. The rockets with cluster bombs are good. Swords are good. Shotguns, Hawthorns. Forged shotgun is always a good one because it's full auto with 7 rounds in it in the magazine. With grenades, pulse grenades do a hell of a lot of damage. Otherwise, you want something that's a continuous damage. So if it's like void wall, thermite grenades, or explosive damage. So if you were on the hunter as the gunslinger, you would want to do the trip mine. Let's see. Arc Strider, I'd probably do Arc Bolts.
I'm not conditioned. I thought I was conditioned.
As that one. And then, we already talked about it for the Sentinel. Titan Vortex is good for that one because it's continuous damage. That's the one. It's Suppressor. It's Suppressor, Magnetic, and Void Wall is what it Captain America has. Alright. So, then time will certainly take you through a mock quick run just to see if you guys can then navigate to your spore from when we say we're going to go damage dog, go kill dog. Time and I will say when we're going to actually kill dog versus damage dog. It depends on how many spores we get. If we get up to 60, we're going to tell you to kill. If we get up to 24, 36, we could kill it. It's going to be a lot harder, especially with it being your first time. So we're going to say more so at that point to do damage. If we get to 48, we might say kill. But if anything 60 or above, we will definitely say we're going to kill our dogs. So you're going to go all out to kill your dog. Otherwise, if we say just damage, we're going to do damage, and then I will call out when we want to go back to the safe room. And in order to go back to the safe room, you have to enter from the top, and you will have to just jump up to go to that top to go do it that way. Because when you guys come down to with your seeds, but you won't be able to get back into the safe room that way. You'll have to go from the top, which is where we're gonna start anyways.
Ground. We're gonna do a little mock run to our dogs for damage view.
Yep.
Alright, so damage phase, we've got 60 stacks. Everybody go to your dog.
Which one's my dog?
When you're doing the other prisms, you're gonna have the one on the far side over here, R3.
R3?
Right here.
Oh yeah, over here, yeah, I see it. So I stand here and wait for you guys to go over there?
What? No. What?
No, like,
What they're doing right now is Time's going to do a quick little mock to say we're at a dogs, they're gonna go from where they currently are to where their dog is. As prism holders, we're always right where the dogs are that we're gonna go damage, so we don't really have to do much.
Yeah. Alright, good. Y'all are all in the right spot. Congratulations. You're smart fellas. Smart fellas.
Alright, any questions before we actually start this raid? Time up there. Alright, and then Wind and I are going to go and pick up our prisms and we're going to get it started.
Now?
Alright, yep, pick them up.
Perfect. Got it.
You're gonna drop down, you see the spores, the little circle things that are on the wall.
Oh,
Right.
I
It's
see
going to be
those
L2
dogs.
R1.
I see those dogs.
Alright.
Do I stay in my spots too?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep, you have your prism, so you're going to want to get in position into the Well of Light to then do damage to the R1 spore
I'm
when
in
they
the
get
well?
there.
Follow me, guys.
So you're going to want to go into the other one that's closer to R1. Nope, you guys got seen by Morn.
What?
Yep.
You pesky bitch. Go back to the station, guys.
Everyone jump off. It's a lot quicker.
No, we're going to go ahead back into the safe room. Okay. So y'all can get in position to grab your spores that are going to pop up, and then Wind and I will go back up on top.
Alright. Oh, jeez. Right when I went back up, it closed.
Guardian down.
Oh, no. Okay. Morn's right there, but it's L2 again.
Mm-hmm.
Grab that sword.
Alright.
When you need to get up.
Oh. Alright. I'm in position. Yep.
Nope. The ones that are on the ground team, you want to stay on time no matter what. Don't deviate at all.
Are they famous? I don't know. Well, actually, yes, they actually are famous on Reddit. Hi. Hello. Everyone in position?
They're not at yours yet, they're at mine. Careful,
Oh.
the dog's right there.
Oh, shoot.
So, because we mess up on the first one, it takes a little while.
Yeah.
For this,
Safe room.
go back to the safe room.
I'm in the safe room already.
Okay.
All
Now,
right.
the only people that go up through the top are going to be the prism holders.
Yeah,
Everyone else, you're going to grab your spore and then just follow time.
perfect. Get up here. Prism. Get in position.
And then it's L2 again time.
Blossom. Alright. Oh shit.
Where are we going?
Okay.
On the right?
Oh shoot.
Nope, you guys have been alerted.
Go to your dog. Like, throw a grenade.
It's alright, guys. It's alright.
Go back to the safe room.
Back to the safe empowering. We got 12 empowering floss. Yes.
Alright.
Oh, shoot.
If he's up top, I got it.
Oh, crap. We gotta revive him or it's gonna take us all out. Alright. I'm getting in position.
It's L2 again.
I'm in position.
What flowers blooming on your side? I don't know what position you're in.
Okay, pop.
You know what flowers bloom? Like, oh, it's rocks. It's rocks. Are you ready? Wind.
Alright, ready?
Yep, pop it.
Got it?
Shoot the handler, please.
Where's he at? I can't see him that good down here.
He's right by the flower.
Standing
You
right
guys have
there.
now been seen. So this is the last one, so we would essentially have to kill to be able to do this.
No.
I say we save our ammo next
Pretty much.
time. Down into the hole of death.
No.
I'll bring some.
Nay. We're all
It's
dead.
your responsibility as the prism holder on the right side to let us know what prism or what flower is blooming or lit up.
Alright,
That way I know
perfect.
where to take, I know where to take ground teams and start building up that multiplier that we're talking about.
Alright, so this is the same thing that when we began. We're just going to go around killing the enemies. And this is the good place to try to get as much heavy ammo as you possibly can. If you haven't already used it up. Otherwise, if you're at full, then you don't have to really worry about it other than just kill your enemies.